Shots fired near the Beverly Center. A bullet-riddled black Escalade flees the shooting scene and stops a short distance away in West Hollywood, right next to the sheriff's station, as deputies and paramedics swarm the scene. Tonight, one man murdered and a killer on the run. Eyewitness News reporter Irene Cruz live now where it all began in Beverly Grove. Irene.
Mark, it all happened at this gas station here in Beverly Grove, and it ended in West Hollywood. Police are still investigating this case, but when it all started at this gas station, it happened just across the street from where thousands of people were shopping and dining. Shots fired, a fight taken to the streets, and this chaotic scene, the ending of a shooting that started in Beverly Grove. Sheriff's deputies pulling out a man who had been shot in an SUV. This man, a passenger in that car, frantic at the sight. It all started at this mobile gas station at 5:30 Friday evening on La Cienega and Beverly. LAPD says witnesses heard multiple gunshots, then watched a couple cars zoom off. 3 people in one car shot at this black Cadillac Escalade. We're not sure if those inside shot back.
Can I get some space, please?
It ended at San Vicente and Santa Monica Boulevard. Deputies found it peppered with bullet holes and a shattered window. One man inside had been shot. The 23-year-old was taken to the hospital where he died. The scene left with remnants of the fight. Shoes left in the street, doors flung open. The suspects still on the run. We don't know much of what spurred it all, but LAPD says it started at a gas pump.
Victim vehicle, they pulled up, they were pumping gas. And it looks like they probably finished pumping gas, and the suspects approached from the alley, got out of the car, and started shooting at those victims.
Hey man, stay safe world. You already know what's going on. We got to talk about the situation with Quando Rando and his homie that were basically shot in West Hollywood, Los Angeles, California today, man, on a crazy incident. We're going to get into the details of the situation and the beef with Lil Durk that could have caused this, man. But before we do, I'm going to need y'all to like, comment, subscribe, and we're going to run this up, man, and we're going to tap in. This is one of the craziest situations that I have seen in a minute, man. I'm just gonna say I live in LA and I am lived very close to this situation. I've actually been to this gas station where this shit occurred. I was actually with an artist that wasn't like related to this, a big artist, and we actually went to that gas station looking for like blunts and shit. It's just like a big gas station that is just on a main road in Los Angeles, and this road is not just no regular road, man. This is Beverly Hills. This is one of the nicest places in Los Angeles, one of the nicest places in California, one of the nicest places in the whole state, one of the nicest places in the goddamn country, one of the most expensive places. The gas there is one of the most expensive prices that you'll pay in this whole country. And this shit happening, man, this is in the middle of like the most luxurious place that you could really even find, man, right across from Beverly Grove. This incident is super crazy and it hits close to home, man. But basically it all kind of starts with Quando Rando and his homie basically posted up in a black Escalade, pumping gas, seemingly unknowingly aware that people were lurking in an alley close by, waiting for them to leave and watching their every move. As they continued out of the gas station and turned right, they were met with open fire where they shot at the back windows of the car, seemingly aiming for Quando Rando, man. It's some crazy shit. They hit the car several times, leaving it sprayed with bullet holes, and ended up killing Quando Rando's close homie, man. It's honestly a super crazy situation, man. That's all I gotta say. This shit is fucking insane, man. This is the middle of day, middle of rush hour traffic, 5 p.m. in the afternoon, and they slid on this man, ended up shooting his homie, and his homie was pronounced dead in the hospital. Yo, this is a crazy ass situation. I'm not even gonna lie, for a multitude of reasons. Number one, it is in broad daylight. Number two, it's in broad daylight, not in the hood. It's in broad daylight in one of the nicest shopping districts in the fucking country. It's, if not the nicest, most famous, very close to Rodeo Drive, like Beverly Hills. In the middle of Beverly Hills, they shot this man, almost killed him. And then on top of that, it's like in rush hour and there's cops everywhere there, so they're gonna respond in minutes, which they did. And the scene that occurred, like in this whole situation, is chaotic as I can even imagine, with his homie basically getting pulled out of the car and transported to the hospital, where he was later like announces he was dead. Quando Rando wilding on the side of the street, man. This is like one of the craziest incidents I've ever seen. This is like some Biggie Tupac shit, and it all kind of boils down. People are thinking that it has to do with Lil Durk. Honestly, I don't really know. As you see in the video, it says that they were lurking in the alley and they caught up to him. So if you didn't know those details, you would think it could have been anything, but it really could have been anything, because LA is a very gangbanging city. There's gangbangers anywhere. There's rich gangbangers, but they're not the ones that are usually gonna do it. But like in situations, it could happen with you, just people just noticing who you are and then catching you at the gas station and then murking you. But this seemed like a hit, because it's like, number one, it was a tinted out Escalade, so it's not like, unless they were just standing out in the middle of the gas station and just waiting and shit, like maybe they could have just been watching them all day and had the drop on him. But it just seems like, yo, like this had to be a hit. This was like some expert shit, high key, because it's like they were waiting in the alley for him to finish pumping gas. They could have did it at the gas station, but they chose not to because there was hella cameras. They literally chose a place where there was no cameras. I've literally walked on that part of that street before on La Cienega. Right there's like a wall, and then there's no cameras going up until you get to the corner where the Beverly Center is. So in that place, they just knew that there was no cameras, which is, if you think about it, really smart but evil on some crazy shit, man. They knew what they were doing. These were definitely some LA natives, man. I'm just gonna say right up front, because there's no way that you would know the layout of that street unless you were for sure a LA native. And honestly, Quando Rando has a big hit on his head because of the whole situation that occurred with Lil Durk and King Von. Basically, he's being blamed for King Von's death because King Von attacked him, and then he ended up dying in the situation. And then after he died in this situation, Quando Rando just basically dropped like hella diss tracks towards him, which ended up getting people hella mad. People like Lil Durk, people like anyone in Chicago, really. But it's just like, this incident is nowhere near that. This is in LA, and I feel like it could have been completely different politics. It could have been something, he was at the gas station, ended up having a fight with someone or some shit like that because of affiliations. But that's what I thought originally at first. But the fact that the police detective is saying that the people were lurking in the alley waiting for him makes it seem like it's a hit. And the only person that really has smoke with him like that we know of is Lil Durk. Not saying that was him, because we really don't even know. LA is a giant city and anything could have happened. We need more details to really tell what the fuck is going on, but this is just all we know, man. Let me know in the comments what y'all think happened, man. This is a crazy ass situation, and I hope that Quando Rando is, I mean, he's basically okay. I don't wish death or injury on any of these people. I'm just reporting the news, but his homie is basically dead, man, and it's sad as fuck. But you know, this is what happens when you glorify that street life. This is the only thing that's going to come from it. But let me know what y'all think in the comments about this situation. Real safe shit. You already know.